Well, there's a matter of fairness. The local communities and the state of Minnesota have already paid 100% of their share, and now local communities are continuing to pay millions of dollars to get the water that they should already have. There's that. And secondly, it's just it gets the point of I'm not letting go of this, and so it gets a little bit of frustration. I'm on the Energy Committee, so whenever anybody from Interior comes, it's Energy and Natural Resources Committee, and so whenever anybody from the Interior Department testifies before us, I pointedly ask about this, and so to me, this is something this is infrastructure that creates economic development. And that is the purpose of infrastructure, and that is something that this administration has talked about a lot, about the importance of spending on infrastructure puts people to work, but it also creates economic development. This is a perfect example of that. And so I am insistent that the federal government follow through and that the Bureau of Reclamation follow through.
Right. Did you learn anything today, or anything that you'll take back with you moving forward?
Well, I learned that we need to clarify one aspect of the bonding bill. Right now, we have sort of a who goes first aspect to this, because the Governor Dayton has talked about bonding for $20 million on this. And it would be nice to make the argument to Bureau of Reclamation that we're bonding for $20 million beyond the money we've already spent, the 100% of our share that we've already spent. So please honor our commitment by putting us in the next 30 days. They're supposed to tell Congress where they're spending this extra $27 million that they got from this latest appropriations bill. So, and there are little aspects of this, whether this $20 million is something the federal government ultimately will reimburse us on or not. So, when I make my argument to the Bureau of Reclamation, I want to make sure what the details are. And also let them know that, if they're going to look at this $20 million as, this is $20 million we don't have to spend, well, then we're not going to do it. We're not going to bond only to let them off the hook.
Right. And I know in Laverne, just to kind of touch real quick, I know you got to get going here, but RFS, what are you going to share over there in Laverne?
Well, I think this is a really dumb time to back away from our commitment to biofuels, both ethanol and biodiesel. And I've made the case to the president a week ago Wednesday at the White House about this, and to the EPA director, and to the chief of staff, and to John Podesta, who's now come to the White House. This is just so important to Minnesota's economy, but it's important to the future of energy in this country. Ethanol is cleaner than gasoline. The EPA Administrator McCarthy acknowledged that. We had a meeting of about 20 senators, bipartisan, with her. There's never been an ethanol spill in the Gulf of Mexico, and it has a lower carbon footprint, and it's grown here. So, and beyond that, this year we have 3 cellulosic ethanol plants coming online, commercially scaled. So they'll be making the ethanol from corn stover and from corn cobs. And man, if we're doing that, that is so important, and we need to let venture capitalists and folks know that there is a commitment to this, and that this is If they don't, it's a victory for big oil over small farmers.